This Saturday, October 31st, as you know, is known as Halloween. It's a day when people all over dress up in costumes and in many cases try to scare others. As I began thinking about this week's edition of Practical Assertion, I thought about how this observance mimics real life at times. Do you remember as a kid, you would look forward to putting on your costume and going from door to door, ring the doorbell, knock, and yell, "Trick or treat"? What were we thinking? Why would we invite someone to trick us? I know some of you are like, wait, I never thought about that. You know good and well you didn't want a trick, now don't you? Or how about this? As you got older, did you ever go to a haunted house? You know, the one that was always dark and cold, filled with stuff hung from the ceilings that would brush against your face? The one where people would lurk behind doors or creep from other dark places and scream, grab, and push you around? Do you recall how your folks would turn the porch light off if they did not want to be bothered or after all the candy was gone? As I think about it even more, I realize that our lives are a constant Halloween. In nearly every aspect of our lives, people, and many times we ourselves, put on costumes and masks. On our jobs sometimes, our bosses or supervisors wear their costumes and pretend to like us or maybe even try to scare us. We are sometimes left to wonder, is this going to be a trick or a treat today at work? We're even guilty of trying to trick the boss into thinking that we are working when in reality we have on our costumes. At home even, our spouses wear masks to either hide their true feelings or to trick us into thinking that we are going to get a treat. If not married, your special someone may be wearing a costume to try to convince you that they are a treat when, as you may soon discover, you got tricked. He may look like Superman now, ladies, but just wait. He will turn into the Joker. Can I get an amen? You may think that you have Bruce Jenner when in reality, you've got Caitlyn. Men, she has convinced you that she is Wonder Woman, but it won't be long before you realize that she has roped you into her web because she is really the Black Widow. Man, you better recognize you do know what widow means, right? I know once again you're saying to yourself, wait, I never thought about that. You look up one day and ask yourself, I wonder, get it? I wonder what I ever saw in her. Our children even get into the act. We think that they are Olivia from The Cosby Show when in reality, we have Raven-Symoné. Oh! Or maybe Hannah Montana when all of a sudden you get Miley Cyrus. Y'all know what I'm saying. You think that you have Denise, Rudy, Vanessa, Theo, and Sandra, the Huxtable kids, when in reality, you've got Bebe's kids. You know, they act so civilized at home, but away they are off the chain. Or you think that you've got the Osmonds when, truth be told, you have the Kardashians. Got to balance the racial thing, right? The point is, maybe we've got stuck on Halloween because there are a lot more tricks than treats these days. So what's the takeaway from this edition of Practical Assertion, you ask? Let's all do our part and take off our costumes and the mask, and let's be real. Let's stop trying to trick folk and scare folk, and let's treat others as we would like to be treated. If you're living in a haunted house, pack your bags. You know what? Forget about your bags. Just move out. Turn the porch light off to tell the tricksters you no longer want to be bothered. Show Superman, ladies, that is the Joker, that you've got X-ray vision and that you can see right through him. Tell him the joke's on him. Tell Wonder Woman, men, that is the Black Widow, that she's got to look elsewhere for her next victim because you're breaking free from her web of lies. Tell Raven, Miley, Bebe's kids, and all the other kids that you're the parent and that behavior that they're doing will no longer be tolerated. Stop trying to be their friend and show them who's boss. Otherwise, we'll just keep producing monsters, ghosts, and goblins, and we'll just keep playing trick or treat. I know that this is not the kind of life that you want. Well, that's the message. What do you think? We want to hear from you. Please leave your comments on Facebook or on our blog page at www.ascrt-usa.com/blog. Share this with all the other fakes out there. Share this with the fakes out there. And we'll look forward to having you join us again next week for another edition of Practical Assertion. Whoa. Take care. See you next week.